So the last of the 3 new items to show you for Kriega's Spring-Summer 2020 lineup, and my surprise favourite, is the Kriega Sling Pro. So this is an evolution of the sling which came out about 3 years ago. There's actually 2 other slings in the range now. So we have the plain sling, we have the Sling EDC, which stands for Everyday Carry, and now we have the Sling Pro. The other 2, both are £109. This one is £129, and this one is hands down the best, the winner. The EDC is useful if you really have a very minimal amount of stuff you're looking to carry, but for the amount of space it affords you, you could probably just get away with putting it under your seat or even in your jacket pockets. So therefore, this one has a real practical purpose because the sling can only take a very small tablet at best, and this one takes a 15-inch laptop, though it is a squeeze. We'll get to that in a minute. But this one is just so well considered. It's awesome, it looks cool, the way it works is practical, it's been put together in a very well thought out fashion. It basically is about 14 litres of capacity all in, with 2 main storage compartments, a 7+7 system going on. It's just really awesome. It works really well. It's got this overlay flap that I think looks really good. It's a little bit un-Kriega compared to most of the bags in their range, which have more of an adventure stroke sports look to them. This one is very much designed for the urban rider to blend in. And the sling and the messenger bag that's also part of this general collection have been very popular, but I think this one is going to be more popular than all the rest of them put together. It's fantastic. So what we have then is this Hyperlon Cordura fabric overlay, which has almost a rubberized feel to it. Feels premium, looks great. As you see, we have 1 plastic buckle on that front section, and this has a really nice sort of protective document folder underneath that cover if you need something with easy access there. Because of this overlay flap, you get a much better degree of waterproofing than you do in most of the Kriega bags, which are not their specific hardcore adventure ones, where you just have an exposed YKK zip. Because of the flap going over it, it's quite unlikely you're going to get any issues with water. I've had an R25 for 15 years. That is one that just has a more exposed zip at the top of it, and I have never had issues with water ingress on commutes, you know, just on sort of day-to-day riding, even in heavy rain. So in terms of the other pockets we have, first of all, we have this front section here, which opens out, and you have some good, neat little functional pieces in it. So you have various bits of expandable straps, and they're useful places to store things like pens and so on. We also have space here for my rather lovely little leather wallet folder thingy, and also was able to fit my wallet on top of that as well. And then another one of these sort of reinforced netted pockets here, which is zipped up, and a little key holder as well to keep your keys nice and safe so they don't rattle around and get lost. Then once we go down underneath that into the other sort of main compartments on the bag, I'm just gonna get rid of those. This is more simple. This is just a straightforward open. I would say we're probably looking at about 4 litres, 5 litres perhaps tops there. And that does actually expand out nicely. If you wanted to, you could make this bag quite chunky. And that's genuinely somewhere you could keep a fair few bits of clothes, obviously more documents and so on. You're not going to get a pair of shoes in there unless they're really sort of summery, quite flat numbers, I wouldn't think. But then we have this roll top compartment with the 2 straps either side, plastic buckles again. And this is essentially a sort of integrated dry bag with the white interior lining. This is something that Kriega use as a standalone item really, and they've kind of incorporated it into this Sling Pro here. And this is designed to carry a 15-inch MacBook Pro, which is fantastic because this means it's genuinely something you can use for commuting day to day for what I think a lot of people are likely to carry. I personally carry a 15-inch MacBook Pro every day, and having something that neatly integrates that is really wonderful. Now, when it comes to integrating it, it does fit, because there it is. I'll come back to that in a moment, just try not to get distracted by it off the side of the screen. So that's just a large single pocket. Clearly, if you needed something to be completely waterproofed, that's the place to put it. That's going to be 100% waterproof in there. You also, if you're carrying a laptop, it's likely to be the most expensive item that you are carrying, and therefore it's important and reassuring to have it with this roll top feature. So just to go back, that kind of rolls down, snaps on either side. The only thing is these roll top pieces, the buckles on both ends, they're not adjustable. There's no expandable element to them. And we're going to come back to that in a minute because I'm going to show you how you get a laptop into that compartment if it is a 15-inch MacBook Pro. This was a similar kind of sticking point we had with the brand new Kriega Max 28, which is a bag very much designed for the urban rider with 22 to 28 litres of capacity. Check that out in one of our other video reviews. It is fantastic, but again, it was quite a struggle to get that laptop in. If you have a 15-inch plastic-bodied, averagely sized laptop, you may just find that you struggle. These are only samples, therefore it's quite possible that may change. But Kriega do definitely say it fits a 15-inch. If you try it and a 15-inch doesn't fit, of course, we'll accept that as a return. There wouldn't be any problems with that anyway with our free returns policy. So as we go around to the front or back, depending on how you look at these things, again, try not to get distracted by my makeshift stand. I'm on my own filming today, as we are in the midst of this pandemic. There's no one else here. So we have a waist strap that is removable, and I would suggest you always have that on because it's a sling. It's therefore a little bit more maneuverable sort of on its own than a backpack with two straps that goes over the shoulder, but it stays in place very well with this, and even fully loaded. Even if you are a, let's say, more animated rider, I don't think you're going to have any issues with this. You have a very comfortable back, a very comfortable strap. They look quality. Again, this has that same fabric we get on this overlay flap, and it looks really good. It's going to tone in really nicely with the sort of aesthetics, the looks I think that most of our customers in that sort of urban riding segment are after. You've got nice quality metal buckle systems as well. You don't see this on too many of the Kriega things. Just to reiterate as well, this bag comes with a 10-year guarantee, so that is really good for, you know, a long time, and there aren't many brands that will give you that assurance. Now, the way that this has been designed, I think, is quite cool. So this has been designed essentially with a sort of on-off function with this toggle system here, so that when you're getting it on over a helmet, you don't need to remove the helmet or worry about it. So that simply comes undone, goes over here, so easy. Obviously, then you can just tighten out with the waist, and then you're good to go. This bag doesn't now have anything in it, but even with stuff in it, it sits in place really nicely. Over the helmet again, and off. So really well engineered. It's also designed to be compatible with the Kriega harness pocket, which I love. It's a little pocket that goes on the shoulder strap and is a perfect place to store really things that you need immediately, like your wallet or toll passes or whatever it might be, so that you don't have to remove the bag at all. And I think they look quite cool and sort of action man-y. So briefly turning back to illustrate my point about fitting a laptop into this roll top compartment, this dry pack. Here is my 15-inch laptop, and you see sidewise, no problems, goes down, very much looks like all the way. So here it's sitting pretty much in line with the top of the bag, so that's quite a good sort of initial sign. And then as we roll this down, I'm going to roll it as much down as I possibly can. Get that right down. And then, as you can kind of see, because there's no adjustment here, I'm just getting that one in. And then, now I'm going to try and shift it over to the other side, pull this right round and down, and just about get that one. So it works, it fits. It's just not perhaps quite as easy as it should be. If there was just a tiniest bit more space or adjustment on those side straps, it would be a far easier job. But the fact is it does work with this laptop, but like I said, you might need to check when you get it that your laptop, if it's not a slimline 15-inch, does fit as well. So for me, £129, this is a absolutely fantastic day bag for the needs of the urban rider. It's been wonderfully executed with a guarantee at the price. I don't think anyone can have any arguments, but do let us know your thoughts, comments and feedback in the section below, and stay tuned for more video reviews of the world's finest riding gear. Stay safe. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.